So if you guys have any questions, just drop me and you can ask questions at the point of time. So I was talking about the difference of between lookup relationship and master detail relationship. The lookup relationship is tightly is loosely coupled one, and master detail is tightly coupled one, and and you cannot enter a child record without linking to the master in the master detail relationship. In the lookup relationship, we have option to do that also. Without parent object, you can insert the record in the child object. And one more thing is,
you have a chat message from Vishnu Mamini.
One more thing is, if you are deleting the parent record, so the child records will be deleted in the master detail relationship. Yeah. So if you are deleting the parent record, means if you are getting a record in service one object, the child records will be deleted if you are deleting the parent record. In case of lookup relationship, you have an option for that. Yeah.
I'm not able to see the screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in case, in case of like in case of master detail relationship, when the parent is deleted, child records will be deleted. But in case of lookup relationship, we have an option to do that. That's the reason I have opened in the test object. I'm trying to get the lookup relationship from test object to service one object. Here you can see you can make the lookup field looks like a master detail field by making this as a required option here. See, always require a field in this field in order to save the record. So the difference I said, right, without inserting the parent record, you can save the lookup. You can save the child object. But if you are marking this required option, here you are making this close to master detail field, right? The difference between lookup and master detail is it's the main thing. But by checking this box, you are making this lookup field very close to master detail relationship. Okay. And if I'm checking this, it will become master detail relationship very closely. But there are some more features which are not available for lookup. See, here, don't allow the deletion of the lookup record. That's part of the lookup relationship. Okay. What happens, right? If you are deleting the parent record, it won't allow you to delete the record. Okay. But if I am unchecking this required option, there is other option. If I am checking this option, when you are deleting the parent record, all the child records, right, which are linked to the parent will be cleared. Means they will become child records which without mapping, but the record will be still existing in the system. Do you got it? Because so it clearly states just what to do if the lookup record is deleted. Leave the value of the field in the child object. You can't choose this option if you make this field required. See, if I'm making this required, it automatically uncheck this and it will check this. Okay. Got it? So, did you understand the option what I'm talking about? The same when you're trying to delete the parent object in master data relationship, there's no option like this to choose there. It automatically deletes the child objects. I'm clicking on next. If you see here, I'm selected this option. I selected this option, create the value of the field. You can't choose this option if to make this field required. Click on next and make this as visible to all people. Click on next. Click on next and save. Now, if you go to the test object, I would like to do some testing now. Okay, what happens? Okay, for this, click on new. Before doing this, I want to create a new service for this. Creating new service with a new email address. Just 23. And the email address is some email address. I'm giving this. I'm clicking on save. Now this is the service record which I have created in the system. That is SRC0003. It's auto number field. Now what I will do, I'm going to create a test record for this, like test 231. Save a new test 232. See, because if you see this is a lookup field, it's not a required option. Even I can remove this also and I can save this record. That's what I'm saying. And let's go back to the services. I want to do one more thing. I want to create a master detailed link between SR2 to service line items. For that, I can go directly to this object and create a record. This is other way, and I can, but from the service also you can create it. Come down. Here you can see the service line items. This is the master detail field. Click on new. So it automatically maps here. I'm clicking on save. I'm clicking on clone. Again, I'm clicking on save. Now, if you see, yes, let's go to SR3. Click on SR3. Here, this is the main record, parent record, and this is having three child relationship. One is lookup relationship to SR line items. I have not created any records here. One is master detail to SR line items. This is two fields I have created as a child objects because it's one to many records. And I'm building relationship from child object to parent. So in this case, this will become one to many relationship. Okay. And if you see, there is two tests also. This is also one record to many test records. There are two records now. I want to do one thing. I want to delete this record. What happens now? This records to be deleted from the system, and this records to be available in the system without the parent link. If I'm opening this record in a new page, okay, you can see the record is, the name will be present, but service one item will not be available because it will become blank. It will clear this field. Okay, let's try deleting the record. Try this scenario. Okay, SR003 is deleted now. You can't see the SR003. So now let's go back to the test object records. Click on all go. See, these two records are available still in the system, test 231, 232, which I have created today, exactly at 10:26 a.m. See, you don't see any value here because the link is cleared between the child and parent because it's not a required field here. But when you are marking the lookup relationship as required, you cannot do this. Okay, it automatically, it won't allow to remove the records. I can show you that other scenario also. Okay, let's go back to the service line items. which are created with Mage 1, Mage 1, 2. Okay, let's go click on go. So now you don't see the Mage 1 and Mage 1, 2 records which are created today. Got it? If you want to check these records, go to the recycle bin. It's here. This is the recycle bin of the complete records in the system. Whenever you think that you want to restore the system, you can do it. Service 1 item is here. I'm clicking on and delete because I am restoring the system. But still, you don't get the child records into the system. Good. Child records are also now rolled back. Okay, yeah, I think we are getting child records also on. I'm storing this. Now let's go back to service line items and click on go. Now we have Mage 1, 2 and Mage 1, 1 also. These are created today. The reason why you got the records back is I have restored the removed service record into the system from the recycle bin. So I got the relationships back. Let's go and check what happened to the service tests records because whether their relationship is back or not. Yeah. After rolling back the things, the link is again established and they are linked properly to the same SR0003. Okay. Got it. Because there are a lot of zeros, but I'm just using zeros here. So that's the main difference between the lookup and master data relationship. Actually, we need to pick the proper relationship according to your requirement, according to the customer requirement. Okay. Now, okay. So if you see, we are done with this particular part. Fields, working with page layouts. I'll show you how to work with page layouts. I think you already know that to add the fields to the UI and stuff. Okay. And I would like to toast some of the field level, options available, like uh, field dependencies. Okay. So for suppose I'm going to the test object. So I'll show you some shortcuts to you to for suppose I am the test record. If you want to modify some items in this, this is a quick access menu. Click on this. You can go to this number of so you can go to fields. You can go to object with this link. You can go to validation rules with this link. You can go to approval processes of this object with this link. Let's go to fields. I'm going to create two more fields to pick list values, city and state. Okay. Instead of see, you can create a record from here also fields, but the best way is to create the fields in the schema builder, right? Open because it's already here. I can select. For selecting, select the objects, search for test. It's here. I got it. I am selecting this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Generally, there should be some link between this test and service one. I don't know if there's some problem here. Refreshing. Okay. So now I want to create two fields. Click on quick list value. So what is test? Test is something like online or offline test, or yeah. Let's do. You think this test is something like test? Okay. you think this is like manual testing, performance testing like this? Okay, we can think this as a requirement for us. I want to create like so this testing is happening in which country, which state and country. For that, I'm creating a field that is country field. So I can give it as India, US, Mexico, Canada, China, UK, and other. So these are the countries available in this new test object, and I want to pull down one more picklist value for picking the states, state information. It is with this. Everybody. Hello. Census. So Chicago. Okay. I don't know the city names in state names in Canada, so I am giving it as CA1, CA2, CA3, and for China, CH1, CH2, CH3. Beijing, I know it's okay. So spelling mistake. Okay, and other one, other two, other three. Okay. So these are the state values. I'm giving it some dummy and some dummy values. Okay. And now, so you want to add these things to the page layout. For that, you have to click on this. There's two ways. You can go to the object directly from here. Here is the schema builder, right? If you click on these options, you can see the objects also. If you click on view objects, here is the hide object on the canvas on this. You can edit properties of this with this. If you click on this, you can edit the properties of this object. You can delete the object. You can view the object. If you go down, you can access the page layout from here. You can do that. Or else I showed you a simple option. If you are on the test record, click on this record. So if you click on the quick access menu, view layout, it automatically takes to your layout. See, this is from the object I went to the layout. This is from the record I went to the layout directly with the quick access menu. This quick access menu is only available for the system admins. Generally, it will be only enabled for system admins so that they can quickly modify the things. Okay. So this option is available on your user profile. If you uncheck this option, it won't be available for you. If you check this option, it will be available. And now I do have two new fields in my test object. I want to add it here. Okay. State and country. Okay, I have to add country on the top, and I can click on save. Now go back to your test thing. If you refresh, you can see the new fields in the system. So this is, now you have done one thing, that is you have modified the page layout to add country and state fields, and it's appearing immediately after clicking on save or quick save. Okay, there are two options. Save will be saving the page layout and it will stay in the same page to do some more modifications. But if you are done with the changes, you can click on save. It will take to the previous screen. Okay, it will take to the previous screen. Let's go back to so now I want to add the field dependencies. What is field dependencies? Okay, for suppose if I'm selecting India, I don't want to see the cities of United States, because in India there are like Bangalore and Hyderabad. You don't need to show all the cities available in the world, right? That's called field dependencies. For suppose if I'm selecting India, I don't want to show Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai in their city list. So based on the country field, I want to modify the pick list options of the city values or state values. Okay, that's what I'm doing now. That option can be done with field dependencies. If you click on these field dependencies, click on new, I have to create it. So in field dependencies, there are two type of fields. One is controlling field and other is dependent field. What is controlling field? So controlling field, in our current scenario, country is the controlling field because each and every country will have 4 or 5 states, right? Or more than that. So that's the reason controlling field will be on the top in changing, okay? Because you can put location at any point, but you need to make sure that controlling field is one, one to, okay, controlling field to dependent field is one to many relationship. In terms of relationships, one country will have more states. One state will be available in multiple countries, right? So I'm selecting the country as the controlling field and dependent field as state. I'm clicking on save. Now here I can see the list of all values. These are country values and these are all values of states. For suppose for India, if I want to add values, select this, and click on include values. Now these two values are included for India. For US, I'm selecting this, I'm selecting this, 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 include values. Now these four values are included for United States. For Mexico, I am giving it as other one or other three, okay? Include values. For Canada, I will give CA include values. For China, I will give CH1, CH2, CH3 include values, okay? And I do have one more field that is for that I have to click on next. And for UK, I have to click on. I don't have any field. I have to insert. I think I will insert CA3 and CA1 also. Okay, CA1. You think there is a city called San Diego in UK also? That's the reason I'm include values. Okay. So I'm adding. If you remember, for UK there is no city which I have mentioned like London like that. That's the reason I'm mapping Chicago, San Diego, and other. But for other, I will add all the other three values. Yeah, you can add the repeated values also. See, other I have included in this also, and including the same country in this also. No matter, okay. You can include values, and I'm clicking on preview. If you click on preview, you can even see the dependencies, what happens in the test object. This is only for testing. And if I'm clicking on India, I can click on Hyderabad and Bangalore. So I'm clicking on United States. I will see the states like Kansas, SF, Chicago, and San Diego. Mexico, other three, because and China only CH123. For Canada, CA123. Okay. This is how you can show the things dependence on country. This is information field automated display, and I'm closing it and I'm clicking on save. Go back to the test object, and if you click on refresh, no need to refresh. I click on edit. Now I'm editing this. I'm selecting the country as India, and I can pick only these two values. I cannot pick San Francisco or Chicago when I'm selecting the country as India because we have made this field as dependent field based on the country. Okay, click on save. So with that you can optimize your checklist values and data quality for your system. Okay, and there are some limitations here. You cannot make multi-select pick list as the controlling field. You can make this as a dependent field also, but you cannot make that as a controlling field because if you are selecting two fields in the multi-select option, what is multi-select option? I showed you. You can select 3 to 4 values and you can click on right side, so the 3 values will be selected. Because in this case, if you are selecting 3 values, you cannot do controlling options, right? That's the reason you cannot make this as a controlling field. But the multi-select pick list value can be a dependent field. Okay, and I want to show you one more thing by putting down some checkbox. You can use the checkbox also in controlling type of field, that is okay, like active. So now I have one more field called active. I want to add to the page layout by clicking on this and click on layout. I'm clicking on quick save so that the changes will be reflected immediately. And now going back to the new controlling, I'm creating a new dependency field now that is with active, and the country, and I click on save. If it is unchecked, I want to show only other. If it is checked, I want to show all these values. Okay, got it? And click on save. Now go back to the preview page of test object. Click on test2311. I'm clicking on edit. If I'm checking this option, so let's click on save a new. Test 3445. Okay. See, this is a controlling field, right? See, depends on active. If I'm see by default, if it is other, okay, because there is no value checked. If I'm making this test as active, you can show different fields here. See, I can see a lot of other fields like India country. Okay. No, like that you can use it. Okay, you can even include the checkbox also in controlling dependencies, all this stuff. Or suppose some guys will ask you, hey, you can see a lot of requirements like this by controlling field. For suppose when you are creating a customer type, so if it is a IT customer, so you can give a field name as IT customer. If that is checked, I can show the IT related type of values. What are the technologies, what they can handle, the type of options I can show in the quick list values. If it is not checked, I can show you the non-IT jobs, like so options of non-IT thing. Okay. Okay. I think you guys got it right. You can do it multiple ways. If you are checking this, you can show different values. That these options can be used in a lot of other requirements. Okay. Now, on to schedule, let's go to you're good at page layouts also, but still I want to show you one more time. See here, the page list, value. Sorry, the page layouts. All the 4 fields are here. If you think that you want to introduce one more section called addresses, means address means country and state will belongs to address, right? Now I can click on this, go to the test object. This is the test object, and I went to the record, and I'm clicking on view edit layout. Okay. What I can do is I can calm down. I can introduce a new section. This is a section here. See, I can drag and drop here, and I can give the name as address section for this, and 2-column layout or 1-column. These are 2 options of the layout type. If you are giving 1 column, you cannot place the records 1, 2 like this. You can only place the records in a one field in a row. Okay. If I'm selecting this, there is no option like this. Okay. I'm selecting 2-column layout. The order of placement of fields, if you're adding automatically, will be this or this. You can select any a type of thing. The better way is this, left to right, and click on OK. Now we have address field with 2-column layout. I can put country field here, and I can put state field here. But if it is a one column layout, you cannot put two fields here. It will be one by one, one, two. Okay. And still I want to move this active button towards the right side. So now the page size will become short, because it's your requirement. You can modify like according to your needs. So the dependency fields you can see here. This button will show you that is a dependent field on the page layout. Based on that, you can control it. See, the green color is the starting field. So here is the ending field. Means this is country is dependent on active. And the red color is starting here and it's ending here, right? So these two are different fields. One dependency is between this state and country and state. Okay. I'm clicking on quick save. See, I have simply aligned the alignment also. Active, I moved towards the right side, and I have added two fields to the address section also. And I'm clicking on quick save. So will be available in the same page. Or if you click on save also, I can save and I will go back to the previous page. That is, what's happening? So I think I have to click on. I think some problem with internet from my side. See, now the things are perfectly working. Active is on right side, and the address section, because if you're introducing a section, it's automatically foldable, okay, like this, expandable and foldable, collapsible and expandable. Okay, so you can hide some information automatically. Okay, got it. Let's go to the page layouts now. Okay, because I'm going to the object. See, if you go to the custom object, you can see every options in that page only. See, if I'm going to the custom object from this, for suppose if you want to go to the layout, you can directly click on this. But if you want to go to manage some other items also, fields or anything, just go to layout. It will show you all the options. See, standard fields. You can modify the properties of that. Custom fields, validation rules, page layouts, field sets, compact compact layouts, search layouts, buttons, buttons and links, record types, sharing options, Apex sharing, recalculation options and stuff. Okay, so everything is aligned again. Again, you can even access the same things even by scrolling down also. See, in the same order you can see in the down. Now I would like to create a new page layout. Okay, see, there is an existing page layout called test layout. So by default, when you're creating an object, you will be having one layout with the same name. That is the object name, test. They will append layout at the end. Okay, that is test layout. Now I would like to create a new layout. If you click on new layout, I have two options. One thing is build the layout from scratch, because you have to add fields again from starting one by one. You have to add all fields. What if you have 500 fields in a single object? Means you have to add all the 500 fields again from starting to the layout. That will be really tough. In this case, you have an option. You can clone the existing layout also. If you are clicking on none, that will be the blank layout. You have to start building it again. But if you are selecting the test layout, it automatically copies the test layout and it's create the new layout. Okay, I'm giving it as um, manual testing, layout. Okay, so we considered the test is like a testing of IT products like that. So now the layout is very similar to that. If you remember, see, that's what we have seen in the previous layout, right? That automatically copy this, and I'm clicking on. So I can do some modification here. Like I can modify this header. I can't modify the information section, but I can modify this. This is the default standard. Salesforce given section name. Okay. Manual testing location address. Clicking on save, and I'm clicking on quick save. Quick save means it will save and it will be on the same page. Okay. Now let's go back to the things. So do you remember when I'm creating a field in the test object? So in the fourth step, you're going to add the fields to the layout, right? Whether which layout I should add the page layouts like that. Okay. So we have created two page layouts in test. So the one page layout by standard thing, the other thing is custom layout. Okay. You can do one thing. You can assign this page layout to different people. Okay. I can show you how to do that. I'm again going to the object by clicking on view object. Okay. And I'm going to the page layouts. In the page layouts, there is a page layout assignment. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create a separate user. Okay. Currently, I'm a system admin, right? Currently, I'm accessing test layout. I'm clicking on edit. I can select this and I can select manual testing layout here. See, it automatically modifies. See, these are profile names. Each and every profile can have a number of users. Okay. Venkat, see, referral, this person is assigned to this system administrator profile means you can do anything. But this guy is now assigned to page layout, that is manual testing page layout for this particular object. Okay. So here is the option. This is the object name. So this is the page layout name, and we are working on the testing object. That's the reason test object that is shown here. Okay. What are the changes? What you're doing here will be only applied to the test object layout only, and again the system administrator in this case. But I can do one thing. I can select this many users, and I can select this as manual layout, so that all these people will be assigned to manual layout, manual testing layout now. After clicking on save, even myself also assigned to manual testing layout. Let's go to the test object and I click on refresh. Now you can see the layout which I am seeing is manual testing layout. See, manual testing location layout. Because this layout for identification only I have given this name. Okay. But generally you can do a number of things on the page layout. You can make some fields as required. You can make some fields as you can align some fields according to your needs. Let's click on edit layout. So earlier, if you remember, when you are clicking on edit layout on the test object record, it's taken to the test layout. Now, as I am on the manual testing layout, if I am clicking on edit layout, I will be taken only to the manual testing layout only. See. Now I can align it a different way. Or else I can remove some fields also. Okay. I can align the fields like this, and even I can click on the properties. I can make it a single column layout also for manual testing layout, because some people of different locations want means if they for suppose manager wants some different fields. Okay. And again, but so for suppose these are the basic fields. If you're introducing some more new fields, you can add to the layout which is assigned to a manager, manual testing people or manager, so that you can add a number of fields. For suppose in the same organization, I'm the manager and Monica and Lokuma are like subordinates of me. If I want to show some extra fields here, I can get a separate layout for manager especially, and I can add the fields by putting drag and drop to this, and I will assign this layout to the manager profile. What happens to this? From the next day, immediately the manager will be access to additional number of fields on the page layout, but the subordinates, they can't access all the the basic fields only. With this, with the page layouts, you can do this thing. After creating a new page layout according to your needs of manager or a CEO or any guy or a bigger guy, and you can assign to this to the profile so that they can see lot more information than the basic developers or people in the bottom level. Okay, in organization. Okay, I'm clicking on save. Now after clicking on save, see the alignment of thing is, it will completely changed. Okay, now come back here, and again I'm rolling back the changes. Click on edit, assignment. Now select this, select test layout, and I'm clicking on save. Okay, now go back here and click on refresh. You can see again the old layout. That is, see, got it. So now let's talk about record types. Okay, what are record types? I will tell you. So for suppose this is the test object is like for testing. Okay, we figured out this is for testing, and there are multiple types of testing, that is manual testing, performance testing, or automation testing. Okay, um, so again what I'm doing here is I'm going to the object, the main object. I'm clicking on view object directly from here. I'll you can do one thing. I want to show you the old actual navigation points. Click on setup, scroll down a little bit, go to the build section. Okay, click on create, click on objects, and I can now see the test object. So, and in the test object there are record types, that is 0. Currently there is no record types. Click on this. I am clicking on new record type, that is test layout. Sorry, sorry. Manual testing. So this checkbox is only available only for the first record type. From the next record type, you have to check manually. Okay, I'm clicking on available to all profiles because I'm enabling this thing to all profiles, even for system admin also, so that system admin can see this record type when he's trying to create the test object. Click on save and manual testing. Because I have already created a record type for that, that's the reason I'm selecting this manual testing layout for all. Okay, all people have manual testing now. Okay, I'm clicking on save. Before doing this, what I want to do is I want to go back to the test object and want to create a new layouts for automation testing as well as performance testing. Okay, here is the layout. Click on new, select the test layout and select, because I'm cloning the existing layout, I'm selecting as automation testing, and I want to do one more thing. I'm on save. Again, go to the page layouts, click on new, select the test layout. Even you can select automation layout also, because I'm cloning from automation now, because I copied from test to auto. With the test I cloned automation testing, because both are same now. Again, from automation testing I can do anything. performance testing. I'm clicking on save. Now you have totally 4 layouts. 3 are created by you, 1 is created by Salesforce system. Okay. See, there are 4 layouts now. Got it? Okay. And now go back to the record types. Now you have created 2 record types. So 1 record type only you have created. And now what I'm doing is I'm going back to the object again, and I'm going to create 2 more record types. See, selecting here, clicking on new. Automation, testing. I'm making this option available to all profiles. Okay. See, if I'm making this default, see, remember that I'm making default only for automation testing. Give me a second. I'm sending a message to Avinash because he's calling multiple times. Okay. Yeah. So I'm making this automation testing as a default thing. Remember, when you are creating a new record in the test object, this will be selected by default. Okay. I'm clicking on next. I'm clicking on automation layout. I'm selecting here. Okay. See, for automation testing record type, I'm selecting automation testing page layout. Okay. I'm clicking on save. Again, I'm clicking on see. I can tell you, if you're going to record type, you can do one beautiful thing. That is, you can control the quick list values based on the record type. Let's go. I'm going back again to the record types. I want to create one more record type that is pending. Click on new performance testing record type. Enable to all profiles. I'm not making this as default, and I'm clicking on next. And later on, I will map this to the performance testing page layout. Okay. I'm clicking on save. After clicking on save, you again take to the record type a detail page so that you can even select the settings. So because I don't have a special requirement here to control the quick list values, but I still want to show you. Okay. So I'm clicking on edit here. See, for performance testing people, so remember, sorry, in your company the performance testing team is only in US. In this case, I can only select. I can even control this with this also. Okay. Okay, I'm clicking on make this as default. Okay, for performance testing guys, because these people are only in US and India. Okay, I'm clicking on save. You don't need to modify the state thing because this is already controllable field by country, but still you can do that by clicking on this. You can only show Bangalore. See, I want to show only Bangalore for this, and Kansas I'm removing, and Hyderabad I'm removing it here. I'm clicking on default value is Hyderabad. Sorry. Oh, I have to do one thing. Instead of doing this, I have to do in the opposite way because this is selected values. I've done the wrong thing. So remember, I'm selecting only Bangalore, Kansas, San Francisco, and Chicago. I'm not selecting San Diego for performance testing layout. Okay. Remember this. Click on save. Now going back to the custom object, and let's go to the automation testing. Click on this and click on edit. Click on edit because I'm opening in a new tab. So automation testing is available in India again and in Canada. Okay, India and Canada. Remember, selecting. Oh, sorry. I have to do not this way because India, Canada. Okay. I'm clicking on India as the India. Oh, sorry, India and Canada. I will put this China out of this list, and I'm clicking India as the default value here. India. Again, I don't want to because still Canada CA. If I'm giving China values also, it won't appear because you know that it's already dependent. I have only given available to CA1. Okay, and I'm clicking on save. The default value is Bangalore. Click on save. Now I'm not doing it for other object. Okay, I've done for automation and performance, but manual testing is available in all countries and all places. Okay, you think like this. Now click on test object. Now you click on new. See, when I'm clicking on new, I'm not opening directly the page. Here I have an option to select what type of test object you want to create. I have 3 objects, right? See, the default is automation testing. That's what we have made while we are creating the record types. For suppose, you can make the default option for different profiles. You can make the default option. For suppose, if you are the testing manager of, if you are automation testing manager, I can make you as the default. Oh, you cannot see my screen now. Okay. Yeah. So do you guys have any issues?
Venkat, this is Avinash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to bother in between the meeting, but I just wanted to have a quick update. Can everybody else be on mute? I need to speak to you for a minute. So, currently which class is going on?
So means it's actually I can't tell you the number, but I'm speaking
Okay,
with
that's
them
okay.
like prototypes and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so can you make a list of can you make a note of the class topics that you are covering in this class?
Yeah.
Because from now on we'll be updating canvas as per the class, not as per the class topic. Okay, but not as just class 1 or class 2. Just make a list note of which class in which class you are covering which topics, so that we can make sure of that. And also, can you send those 4 assignments which you updated in Canvas to me by email right now?
Right. Sure. I can't send it right now, but I can send it after the class. It's fine.
Okay. Anything is fine. After and call me after 12 o'clock. Okay.
There's no problem.
Sorry to disturb you in between the class. Go on.
Yeah. So here is, because we have made this automation testing as a default value, that's the reason you can see it here, but you can still make other values also, because default thing is, if I'm the automation testing manager, I can assign only this, only for automation testing manager profile I can assign this as a default value as automation testing. For other people I can make the other value as a default value. Okay, I can control this, because when I'm creating a record type, if you remember, there are a lot of checkboxes, right? If I'm making default option for system admin for this, it automatically shows you that option to you for the system admin only, not for other profile users, so that I can control this default value based on for specific to profiles also, remember, okay? And even I can control for different profiles. So I have done that. I have clicked on manual testing and I'm clicking on continue. Okay. Here, if I'm selecting this, I have other option. If I'm selecting this, I can see all the options here, all the countries. And if I'm selecting United States, I can see all the 4 options. Okay. Let's just click on save. Let's click on new again. Now let's go to the manual testing, because manual testing I said, manual testing I already went. I created a record because I'm seeing all the countries and all the options. Let's go to automation testing, because that's a default value. Still I'm going to the same thing. I'm selecting some service as, see, you can see the different layout for this also. I'm selecting 3, and if I'm making this active, it will be enabled. But remember that you don't see all countries here. See, India and Canada. The reason why you cannot see this is, at this record type, automation testing record type, I have made only these countries available for this record type users. Okay. And if I'm selecting India, still I cannot see all the values. Bangalore and Hyderabad, I can only show, I think it's Hyderabad. Okay, I think it's here it's showing all things, but I can, let's put Canada. See, because for Canada there are 3 values, CA1, CA2, CA3. Why I'm seeing only 1 value here? Because I'm controlling it again at the record type level. Also I can control these things. Actually, I'm controlling with the field dependencies. I have given 3 values for this, but I have removed the availability of these 3 values at the record type level. That's the reason I can only see 1 value here. Click on this here. Now you guys know that you can control the pick list values at the record types, right? Even at the field dependencies also. With field dependencies you can control, record types you can control for different record types and for different, yeah, only for the different record types. Now let's click on this again until let's click on new. Let's go to performance testing. So you can see different values here. Let's select active. You can see India and US. Initially you can see India and Canada. Now I'm selecting India, so I can see only 1 value here. This is what I have done here. Okay, I can see only Bangalore, because performance testing is only available in Bangalore. That's the reason I don't want to show Hyderabad. Okay, they don't want to enter bad data. That's the reason I'm doing this. Got it? One save. So with record types, you can assign different type of layouts for different record types, right? See, because I don't made any changes for different record types, but I can align it in a different way. This is performance testing layout, right? See, what I can do is, in the information I can do location address. Click on save. Now only the performance testing record type uses only record type. If you select only, you can see this message. For automation testing, you can show automation testing location address like this. And again, as we are seeing only very few fields, all are again important in this scenarios. That's the reason I'm not removing this. You can add new fields for performance testing. You can remove some fields from the automation testing. Like this, you can do it. You can show different behaviors with different fields for different record types with the layouts, because we are controlling each and everything in the layouts, right? But there is an option for us to link the layouts with to the record types. Got it? Yeah. Okay. So I want to do one formula field thing, okay? Formula field, because I haven't explained you about the formula fields, right? Now go back to the test object. Now I'm trying to introduce some new fields, that is, so the cost of test will be there, okay? So let's go back to the schema builder again. Let's put some currency field, the cost for testing. Cost of testing is like decimal places too, because there are some people will give in cents also. 45,000 25 cents, okay, like this. You can save cost of testing. So there will be tax, even though if you are doing IT services, there will be tax of 10% or 7%. For that, I can give the formula field, because I am calculating the tax based on the amount of this testing, okay? That's the reason I'm pulling down the formula field here. Here you can select formula field. What is the tax on services, tax on testing. Here the written type is currency field, because we are working on currency, right? Because tax is a currency, right? You have to select the currency field here, select the decimal place as 2, and so we have to use the existing data what we have entered in the system, that is cost of testing, and you have to bring the tax, right? That's the reason here is the merge fields. You can insert merge fields directly with this tool. Even you can write, if you know the API name of the field and the object, you can even directly insert this. See, I'm inserting cost of testing. So if you know this value, I can directly type it again, COST underscore of underscore testing underscore C. As I don't have it, I am simply selecting the insert field option, and I'm doing this. I can do insert operator, because that is multiplied by 0.07 or 7 by 100. I can do that, okay? I can type 7. So I can view, oh my God. Operators you can insert here. There are a lot of operators like this: addition, subtraction, exponential, open parenthesis, and other stuff. But I can even type manually also. Okay. These are a lot of functions in the formula fields. So these functions are really helpful if you have to learn all this stuff. There are a lot of examples also. Generally, these functions are useful in terms of building validation tools also. I'm clicking on save. So this is some other option. If there is a blank value here, what should I display? I'm saying treat blank fields as zeros, because if there is no value in the cost, I should make this as zeros, right? I don't want to make this as blank. So this is second value. If you don't want to make this as zeros, you can make this as blanks also. It's a blank field. Click on save. I want to make it as zeros only. Now go to your layout. I'm going to view, see here I have seen a view page layouts. Now I have to hit all the layouts to add this cost information, because now there are 4 layouts for us, right? click on Quick Save. Again, going back to other layout, this is manual testing layout. Again, I'm doing the same thing. Report type also I'm selecting here. Tags on selecting here, and I'm clicking on Quick Save. I'm going back here. Record type. Tags on testing. Click on Quick Save. Okay. Scroll down. Click on cost on testing. Report type. Click on save. Let's click on save because I don't want to modify again. Because I have done 4 things at once by opening a new tabs, okay? For reducing the time. But you know how to do that, okay? Click on test now. Now if you click on new, I'm selecting testing, performance testing, and I'm clicking on continue. So I'm just selecting SaaS project testing for the SaaS project testing. Cost of testing is around 4-5. Active. Select this as India and select it as Bangalore. The cost of this, but here you are not entering any tax values. It automatically calculates and it will show you to you on the detail page. If after clicking on save, see, this is the cost of training. This is the tax on testing. See, the 7% of this is 315,000. Is 7% of 7% of this value. You can calculate. So it automatically calculates. This is called formula fields. You can do very big calculations. So generally, when I open the formula editor, if you remember, I have entered only 10 characters, but you can write the formula field length up to 4,000 characters. Okay, that's the limit what Salesforce is giving for writing formula fields. You can control the things based on the quick list values, automation you can do. I can show you a lot of examples and share you the link for doing this type of formula fields and validation tools. Let's discuss. So after finishing this, right? So you know what to do with formula fields now, and I want to introduce one more formula field, okay, but only on the performance testing layout, not in all the layouts. But I don't want to do. I want to do one more formula layout. What I will do is I will do sum of total value, okay, total cost with taxes. It's also a currency field. And what I have to do is I have to match cost of testing plus tax on testing. This is right. This is the total value, and I'm clicking on save. I must enter a valid decimal places of 2, and I'm clicking save. Now go back to the layout. This is the same layout. I'm going here, clicking on view layout, edit layout. I want to pull this field and I want to add it on the right side, and I'm clicking on save. Okay. Now let's go to create one thing, or else I can do one thing. If you don't want to create, right, you can do one thing, that is go to the tests, performance testing here, right? I want to clone this. Okay, I want to clone this. You click on save. See, what is the sum of this? This will show here. It's added 315 to the main cost of testing plus taxes equal to this. Because I have not done anything, I have simply cloned the existing value. Because to execute formula fields, you need to edit the records again. Because so your project is implemented January 2014, but you have introduced a formula field today. Okay, what happens to all the fields which are created before today? because most of the fields created, records created today have some cost of testing and tax on testing, but there is no field like this. It won't calculate at that point of time. The old records again needs to be updated and needs to save the new value, because after introducing the formula field only this formula field will be calculated. Formula fields are only calculated when you are saving the record. Okay, when you are saving the record, it will check whether what is the cost of testing plus what is the cost of taxes. It will sum up and will show you that. That is the reason all the old records submitted before saving this before saving this formula field will not be executed. Okay, so for executing this we have to rerun, re-update we have to update all the old values and click on save. But there is a bad job you can do it with the bad jobs. You can update all the values at once. Okay, and we have gone with formula fields done. Okay, let's work on some field which is remaining, only one field left on thing is roll-up summary field. What is roll-up summary field? Okay, so generally these fields are really useful in terms of reporting type of thing. Okay, generally in our current scenario, each service will be having a number of service line items, right? If you want to calculate how many service line items are available for a service, you have to do with roll-up summary fields. Roll-up summary field is only available, can only be created when there is a master detail relationship. If there is a lookup relationship, you cannot do this. See, I'm trying to copy the roll-up summary field on test object. What happens? See, you can't create this type of field on this object because there is no master or in a master detail relationship. So you are not a master or a master detail relationship. So if I copy this to the service line item also, it will show the same error saying. See. But if I'm copying to the service one object, it will show you the screen to create the field, because in this case service one is a master object for service line item, and if you remember, there is a master detail relationship also. The dark red color line what you see from service line item to service is a master detail relationship. So let's do one thing. Let's create the field that is called number of service line items. Okay, related to you have to click on the child object, that is service. Oh, sorry, I've done the some problem here. Yeah, sorry, I'm just copying the wrong field here. I have copied the master detail field instead of roll-up summary field. So I'm copying the roll-up summary field, so it automatically enabled for this only one object, service one object, not for other objects. See. Oh, sorry. Copy this. It's accepted. I'm saying okay, number of service line items. Okay, and you are summarizing on which object. You have to select on what object you are summarizing, because if you select this, you will see only one option, because there is only one child object which is having master detail relationship with service one. See, and what you want to do, you want to summarize on count, or you want to summarize on sum, max, minimum value of all the child records. For suppose this service is having 4 records, the count will be 4. The sum means it will sum all, you can sum any value, amount, or any number like this. But if you want to do the sum, you need to have any integer values or some decimal values like this. Minimum, max also you can only calculate based on the field type. If you are having salaries inside service line item, you can put minimum salary or maximum salary like this, or sum of all salaries like this. But count, no need of any field, it will generally count the number of records. Okay, selecting count and I'm clicking on save. Now the record is available. I'm going to the page layout, clicking on edit. I want to add the service line number of line items to here, and I'm clicking on save or save. I'm going back to the service object to show you how it works, because you remember that service SRC0003 will be having two child records. See, that is 2, and if you scroll down, these are the 2 records. Got it? So with this, you can just report how many records are available. For suppose if there are 500 service line items for this SRC0003, you can't see all the 500 records here. You can only see 5 records here, and if you want to access all the records, there is a next button like this, or go to the detail page like this. If you click on that, you can take to all the child records of SR0003. That's possible. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's create a new service line item. What happens to this number? It will be incremented by 1. Click on save. Let's go back to the main SRC0003 service. See, now it's 3. Got it? Okay, and I want to do one more small thing. The service line item, I want to add a service line cost. Okay, that's a currency field. Item cost. So it's like I can show you a 6-digit length, and decimal place is 2, and I'm clicking on save. So now the field is added. Now I have to go to the layout. There is only one layout. Click on view layout, and I have to click on edit, and I have to add the layout to insert some values to that, so that I can run some max type of. That's the reason I'm doing this. Okay, click on save. Now go back to the, click on edit, because I'm modifying the service line item values now by putting some save. Oh, it's too large. Okay, because I entered only 6-digit. Save. Save. Because this is the bigger value I'm giving here. Remember? Click on save. Now go back to your. Remember what I did is I created a simple field in the child object, and that is cost field. I have inserted some values to the records, because there is already 3 records which are assigned to the service 0003 object, right? Okay, service 3 object, I am assigning some values, around 3 values for them, updated that. Okay, and now what I have to do is I have to go back to the schema builder. I am getting a new field for roll-up summary field to calculate the maximum value. Okay, max service cost. On service line items, and I'm selecting the max option here. See, here I have to select the cost here. See, because the requirement what we are doing is we are working on cost. Because here we can do one more thing also. The max if you want to know the recently created date, you want to know the date of the recently created service line item, then you have to click on max, and you have to select the created date, so that it will show you the max date, means the recently created service line item date on here on this parent object. But I'm selecting service line item cost, clicking on save. Again, I'm doing one more thing. Roll summary field, I'm now doing it for a minimum value. Okay, minimum service line item cost. So let's select summarize. This is the only object you can see. I'm selecting minimum. I'm selecting this, and I'm clicking on save. Now I do want to do one more thing, that is sum of all the costs. Sum of service line item costs. Okay. Sum, and I'm selecting solution item, clicking on save. Now I have to go to the page layout of service. Let's click on close all this. Okay, now go to the service object, click on SR003. You would have that fields here. I have to go to the page layout and I have to add it. That's the reason I'm coming here, click on view edit layout, and I want to pull down these fields, or else I want to do one more, create a new section. That is summarized fields, SUMM. Summarize data. Okay, I'm clicking on save. Now number of service items I'm copying here, because this is also a summarized one. Max, minimum, and even the sum also I'm adding it here, because these values are not coming from the main object, they are coming from the child objects. Okay, if you remember, so sometimes if your manager wants to you how many, for suppose if you have a training, there will be a number of participants for the training, how many participants are joining. You can simply go to the training object and you can see a roll-up summary field you can create, and you can tell, hey, there are 3 participants, and you can tell what is the maximum cost what they are paying. Some guys may pay highest cost, some guys may get some discounts and pay less amount for the training. Like that, you can. It depends on your requirements, and you can use Salesforce for building this. Okay. Now, if you see, this is the total 3-line item sheets here. I want to do one thing here. I want to show you the, by clicking on edit. So tell me one thing. If I want to add the service line item cost which I have introduced here, can I add it here? Monica, Lukuma, can you tell me? So can I add the cost field to the service line item? Because I want to show the cost. For Mage Link, what is the cost? For Mage 1 2, what is the cost? For Mage 1, what is the cost? How to do that, and how can I do that? I have shown you only 2 or 3 times in this previous classes also. You can do it at the page layout level. See, because this is the current object, these are the child objects of the service one.
Yeah,
Still,
you can just
can
drag out the cost field and just add it up using
perfect.
the
Okay.
option.
Yeah. What have to go? Where I have to go? I have to click on record types for that. Now we can see all the record types. What was, sorry, not record types, sorry, it's related lists. What are related lists? Related lists means the child objects for the current object. Okay. Now I'm clicking on settings. Here I want to bring down the service line item cost, and even the created date is already there. Okay, no problem. I will pull it towards the top, and I will pull this date. You can sort this in this way. Okay. You can even put the service number to the second, cost activity date at the alias. I want to remove it. Cost is here, service item. This is now, it's really good. And you can even sort by, see here is the sort by order also. I can even sort by cost also, ascending order or descending order. What is ascending order? Small values to bigger values, but I want to go in descending order so that I can see the top highest value on the top. Okay, click on save. Now you click on save here. Now go back, you'll go back to the previous screen. Now you can see the perfect data on one screen. See, we are sorting the values, that is top, higher value, smaller value, smallest value. This is my maximum value here. Smallest value is 1242. Total 3 values, that is the number of items. Sum of all these values is equal to this. Sum of all selling item cost is this. Okay. 1 lakh 4574. Okay. And if you remember that we have sorted this also, okay, and you don't have service names for this, if you click on this, you don't see that. If you map it, you will get the service name. Now go back to the service 123. Yeah. Now you can see the service here. Got it? Yeah. Do you guys have any questions? So we are done today with relationships, trace layouts, record types, field dependencies, and even what's this? A formula field, simple thing. But I want to share you a lot of formula fields also. That's the simple thing. We have to work on the validation rules, and later on in the today's class, I would like to talk about profiles, users. In the last 1 hour, in the first 1 hour, I would like to talk about the validation rules. Validations. What are validations? I will talk about in today's class. For suppose, if you want to validate the record values, for suppose in the email field, if you're entering some simple text value, it's not saying it's not email field. That's the reason you need to have underscore symbol, or you need to have .com like this, .in like this. It's a validation. You are validating. Salesforce is automatically giving this validation. But if customer is asking, hey, in my account number field or the service number field, or service name field, I need to accept only 7-digit code, which is only characters or only numbers. In that way, you can do validations also. I can tell you the examples. Okay. Closing the class for today. If you guys have any questions, you can just talk now.
Can you just know whether we have class today?
Yeah, we have class today at 8:30 p.m. CST. So are you guys in like EST?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, fine. The class will be at 8:30 CST, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, 8:30. No, it's 8:30 CST means 9:30 for your time. 9:30 CST.
Okay, that's
Got
what
it?
I asked. I asked whether it is 8:30 CST. That means 9:30 EST.
Okay. All right.
Okay, fine. Thank you.